Hello, artists. Because of the hymn right there and the Texas sun, I'm having to constantly redo these things. So I'm going to repaint that holder right there. And then I'll take the glass out of this thing and paint it silver. It used to be gold. And then go over it with a yellow Citadel shade to make it gold again. And that'll make it really nice. I want to repaint this because it used to have a message on it. So I want to prime that and paint it so that the message is restored on it. This turtle needs some work. He's starting to rust a little bit on his edge. He was painted with Citadel paints and shades. And my dog's teeth messed this up. Like those little chips and stuff on it is from his teeth and from knocking it around probably on the rocks. So that could use some more paint. This will be repaired like I show you in the house. This birdhouse was abandoned, and I got one more of them that I'll repaint. This is in pretty good shape. The rest of it is in my toolbox in the garage. So I'm gonna have to restore the rest of it, including doing some plastic work with green stuff to restore that. The yard is just a disaster from our dog tearing it up on the other part of his ball. Talked about in my other video the table being turned upside down on a shower curtain, an old shower curtain, and painted with yellow Rust-Oleum. What I've decided to do with this, since I want to leave the color scheme and leave it as much the same as I possibly can, it looks like I painted that with yellow, but you can see the brush strokes, so that doesn't look very good. Yeah, that flower too. So what I want to do is use white Rust-Oleum in every place where it's rusting and just kind of dab it on there, but then allow me to follow that same color pattern, and then I'll paint the entire back, which is rusting, and mix up the right colors to restore it. I didn't get the color quite right here. You can see a little bit of, I want that yellow color, so I'll mix a little bit of black or brown with it to make that color. This my dog had off of the fence, so I mounted everything up high so he's less likely to get it. So there's some places that are rusty on that. I guess it's rusty just from being out in the Texas sun, let alone him having it off the fence. This, my wife doesn't let me paint in colors, so she just wants me to prime it black all the time. This was given to me by my father-in-law, and it had a bunch of different kinds of metals, and those little sun rays rusted, so I painted them with red Rust-Oleum, and I'm noticing that they're a little bit rusty again, but I really like how it turned out, so I'll probably do something like that again. Maybe a red metallic to make it kind of go with the rest of it better. So I got these Army Painter, Artecos, Pro Acryl, and Viejo paints, Green Stuff World paints that I can do different techniques with beyond what I did with the Citadel paints originally. So I'm gonna really expand this part here. This is what I did. Those flower would be what are the disc flowers, and these are the ray flowers. The disc flowers were just silver, and I went over them with yellow Citadel shade and made them look yellow again. This is what I want to do with that one holder. I painted the whole thing Rust-Oleum 2X, and then I went over the top of it with Citadel shade. This could use some touch-up again. I'm going to use white, maybe ebony colored primer, and then bring back the green and the yellow color. This is new. This is from Washington. This is something that we had hanging inside, and we decided to bring it outside, and it was rusty, so I painted it with a sponge brush and Rust-Oleum. This I painted all bronze colored with spray paint, and then did the edges of the rays with orange spray paint, and then painted the parts inside the sun, the wolf and the saguaro cactus and the ground, with acrylic paints. This I did with Citadel paints and shades. And this I made a video on. It's getting rusty again. I need to redo it. This was repaired with PVA glue like I'm going to do on that other sun. And I painted the eyes. This still looks pretty good. I painted this with Rustoleum 2X, and then I did the flowers with Citadel shade, and then I went over them with a clear gloss. And this I painted with Rustoleum. Okay. This table, I restored a part that was rusting on the edge. And you can see where it's a little bit more light blue, but then I'll go over it with the dark blue shade and it'll look good again. It'll match, and you won't even be able to tell that it rusted somewhere. Oh, I think I moved it into the garage. Okay. So now we're going into the garage. And here's a part of that thing that was hanging in the tree that I need to repair. I need to repair her wing. I had it and I brought it into the garage and now I can't find it. But I can make another wing with clear UV cured resin and a mold and a blue stuff mold, so I can restore her wing. And then I want to paint the wings green iridescent, so I'll probably prime them clear and then paint them. I want to paint this. This was a birdhouse, and I want to paint it with colors that kind of go with wood. And then I want to rebuild the birdhouse again, because the birds really used it. Small birds did that could go in the mouth. And then here's the projects that I'm working on. My dog took this down off the fence and bent it up. So I'm gonna do some really cool silver metallic prime, and then some transparent paints over the top. Here's something that I'll just hang up when I want to leave it the way it is. It'll eventually get rusty and I'll have to repaint it, but I'll maybe have a year. I want to leave it the way it is. I like that ivory color. This was restored with PVA glue. My dog knocked it off the fence and broke it. This could probably be painted. I haven't decided what I want to do with it yet. Maybe something like the New Mexico coyote, where I just paint the whole thing one color and then just do the edges with spray paint on the edges. Yeah, I'm thinking that's a pretty good idea that I just came up with now. This I want to repaint with Rustoleum in a can, the pink and the green, and then I want to do some highlights on it to make it look more three-dimensional. So I want to do some glazing on top of the green and on top of the pink to make it look more three-dimensional, and that thing behind it is what that will hang on. So I got lots of projects, and you can look at my Dining 2 video to see a nice place that I have to work on this stuff. I also have this big table, which is an 8-foot table I can take outside and work on, and I don't care if paint gets on it. Thank you, artists.